breaking up to make up. Apparently, Vanderpump Rules is put on pause. Now, to be honest with you, I think this is the right choice. Actually, I'm lying. To be honest with you, I think they should just go ahead and cancel it. You know what I'm saying? I think they just need to go ahead and cancel it. But let's see what they're saying, and then we'll dive into what I think is going on here with everyone and everything. Like, just go on and let the show go at this point. Okay. So this is according to Deadline, which is like a legit publication. It says, as Vanderpump Rules season 11 starts wrapping up on Bravo, Deadline has learned that production for season 12 has been delayed. A source close to the cast confirmed that the show would not be filming this summer, breaking the production schedule's norm. The show had traditionally picked up production during the summer months to coincide with gay pride events in West Hollywood, a weekend where Lisa Vanderpump's establishments like Sir and Tom Tom get a lot of foot traffic. TMZ, which first reported the news, states that one reason for the hiatus is to give the cast a break following the fallout from Scandival. The cast has been divided in the aftermath of the affair that had Tom Sandoval cheating on longtime girlfriend Ariana Madix with her best friend Rachel Leviss. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Rachel was Ariana's best friend, but I do think that they were friends. Let me stop being petty. Okay, let me keep going. Season 11 picked up filming right after those events, and the group was heavily fractured, not allowing them time to process the events amid the intense reactions from the real world as everything played out in front of the cameras. Another potential reason for the break is to hold off on Ariana's return from Fiji, where she will be hosting Love Island Season 6. Earlier this year, Maddox was announced as a new host of the Peacock dating competition, replacing Sarah Hyland. According to our sources, the spin-off The Valley will not be affected by the Vanderpump Rules hiatus and will continue on its projected production schedule. So that's a spoiler. We know that The Valley is getting a season 2, which I honestly think is like a duh. Of course it is. Let me break there. A couple of things. Number one, I think either canceling Vanderpump Rules, they should just go out and cancel it. But fine, go ahead, take a pause. I also think the reason why The Valley isn't affected is because I bet you Lala and Sheena are going to join the cast of The Valley. So they will be taping that show instead of taping Vanderpump Rules. They could, of course, always tape at the same time, which they have been because we see it. We see Jax on Vanderpump Rules this season. We see Sheena and Lala on The Valley this season. Obviously not as main characters, but they're at events. They are in storylines. For example, the last episode of The Valley, we have Messy Boots Janet. Janet is she's a messy chick, okay? Janet's messy as hell. You have Janet talking about, oh, Sheena called me, because again, this is called foreshadowing. Foreshadowing, you guys. We have, Lala and Jesse kind of getting into this weird tiff sexual tension thing. We have Sheena all of a sudden calling Janet to tell her that there's this rumor on Reddit that Jax is cheating on Brittany. Like you needed Sheena Shea to tell you that. You have a thing called Google, sweetheart. Hello. But they're foreshadowing, right? The fact that Lala and Sheena, they're already baking them in so that it's not going to be this big, like, whoa, where did these two new people come from next season? We've seen Lala's interaction with the people. We've seen Sheena in there. They're at the birthday parties. They're at this and that. So they have been filming for both shows. But I think that they're going to have main character roles next season. I also think that Lisa Vanderpump is kind of done with Vanderpump Rules. I think she's kind of over it. She's booked and busy with everything else. She has Vanderpump Villa. She has her new cooking show with Gordon Ramsay. She's opening, Wolf Restaurant and all these other places. So she's opening up restaurant after restaurant. She has multiple shows going on. She is the executive producer of The Valley. So I think that Lisa Vanderpump is kind of a little over Vanderpump Rules, to be honest with you, kind of how we're all over it, I don't hate watch Vanderpump Rules because I don't I don't hate anything or anyone, and B, if I did hate something or someone, I would not give my energy to it, but I watch it out of obligation, not so much that I'm being entertained by it. It's like I'm watching to report on it and I'm watching to know what's going on, like just to know, not because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like invested in this. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I feel it's going on. So I think that it's smart for Bravo and Peacock and the talent and Lisa Vanderpump and the executives to put more time and energy into the projects that are new and the projects that are working. Because right now, Vanderpump Rules is not working. All right. Although Bravo has not officially confirmed a second season for the spinoff, ratings for the show have been promising. The Valley scored Bravo's best 7-day premiere audience in nearly a decade. With Vanderpump Rules on hiatus for the summer, more of the cast could potentially appear on The Valley. So, yeah, I think that they are going to. I honestly don't think they need to bring Vanderpump Rules back. I think the best way to use their money, use their time, use their resources would be to create a new show. Let's create a new show on Bravo. Let's get some fresh faces. Let's get some unknowns. It could be a different premise. It doesn't have to be a repeat of Vanderpump Rules. There's so many quirky jobs out there. There's so many cool microcosms of friendship groups and interesting people. Let's just get some fresh new programming, some fresh new content, some fresh new shows. We don't have to have Vanderpump Rules. That's not something we absolutely have to have. So I do think that I do think it's time for it to be canceled. I do think that yeah, I definitely think it's time to be canceled. I don't think the reason why it's paused is because they are, like the article said, they might be waiting for Ariana to finish in Fiji. I don't think that's true. They didn't wait for Tom Sandoval, who was filming wherever he was filming for Special Forces, and it's not even and to be honest with you, Ariana, her persona, her edit, whatever you want to call it, was really flat this season. And also, it's not clear that she even wanted to come back. She had said it needs to, quote, make sense for her to come back because she's getting all these great opportunities. She's hosting, Love Island. She's booked and busy. She's got book deals and brand deals and movies and all of this stuff. So I don't think they're waiting for her. I just think that the show isn't working anymore. So who knows? Who knows? And I think it's more true of, I think they're going to put it on pause and then they will revisit the people later down the road to see if there's something there to salvage. But my guess is it won't be. I think Lala and Sheena will fit in perfectly on the Valley. I wouldn't be surprised if Sandoval and Shorts did some type of spinoff on their own, like the Bachelor Boys or something. Because aren't they roommates now? And Tom and used to be Ariana's house. At least that's what they said in the last episode, that Tom Shorts was supposed to be moving in with Tom Sandoval. I wouldn't be surprised if they did some weird, quirky spinoff where it's like, we're like, dudes in our 40s. Some Beavis and Butthead type stuff. I don't know. I would not be watching that. I hope for James, he goes off and does something really big in music. Maybe do like a cool music documentary show or something. I don't know. But I think the time for these characters, it's wrapped. It's a wrap. Like, I don't need any closure. I don't need any follow-up stories. Like, we get it. I don't need something about her sandwich. No. Like, we got it. We got it, folks. We got it. I think it's okay to wrap it up and call it a day. I personally would really love fresh, new programming. And if you don't know what programming is the type of content, when, where, and how it plays on a network or show. That's why it's called like the programming. Like a program director tells you like when certain things are playing and the type of things. So programming means like the programs, like what is on. I personally would love fresh programming. I would love new shows, different premises, new people, new stories. I don't need to ride into my elder years with Ariana and Sheena Shea. I personally don't need it. That's just me. That's just me. Yeah, but I want to know what you guys think about this. What do you think about it being put on pause? Do you think that's the right choice? Do you want it to come back ever, or do you think it's a wrap? What do you think the real reason why it's being put on pause is? And, what do you think is next for all of these people? Do we care what's next for all of these people? Are we invested anymore? I don't know. But as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And with that, let's move on to our next story. Now, this might play into what we were just talking about, which was